Listening is a suspension of ego, removing yourself from the situation and trying to absorb things that somebody else is saying in the way they're saying it, and trying to put yourself in their shoes as much as possible to not just to hear their words, but also try to interpret their meaning coming from them. All of us, when we say we're listening, we're understanding the words that are coming our way, but it doesn't mean we're actually learning. When we're listening, we're already thinking what we're going to say before the person is talking, or we're actually just, we're already taking a position about something. I think the idea of listening is that it's really not about you. Just by being a good listener, you can help, you can make it easier for other people to help each other as well. I am absolutely convinced that the biggest asset you can have in your life is the goodwill of people that trust you, whether that is professionally or personally or whatever it is. We go as far as the people around us take us. I think we live in a world that it's very centered in the individual. Well, my passion, my things, like my work. I'm going to study very hard. I'm going to figure out what I want to do, and I'm going to go and do it. And that's true to an extent. It's required, but also at the same time, you need to understand that you need people. Almost everything we're looking for lies behind somebody else. Somebody else has to give us the key to move forward, whether that's a promotion or getting a job or someone buying our product or investing in our business or whatever it is. We need some people's help. And the way you get people's help is not by asking for charity. It's not by saying, oh, what I'm doing is so important, please help me. But I believe that the way that you get most people's help is when you're actually helping them as well. When you understand what their motivations are and how you're actually helping each other, and you're not going to know how to help them if you don't listen. So I listen to know where do I fit and how do I need to act if I want to not only succeed and move forward, but also help others do it as well. Direct outcomes, if you're a good listener, is better sales, much more satisfaction. Take some time after each conversation, like serious time. Take 15, 20 minutes after each conversation to think about what happened. What did they say? What were they trying to say? What did they not say? You need to spend time digesting a conversation. Part of the listening, in a way, which is to really pay attention to somebody, to really remove yourself and try to understand where they're coming from or what they're trying to say, may not happen in the moment. If all you're doing is having conversations and talking and listening, but you never sit down to reflect, then a lot of the value is going to be lost. If your goal is to keep understanding this other person or keep helping them, then you act on it by actually adapting to what they're telling you. And the other way to act on it is to digest what you've listened, and see what are the actionable items. What is it that they said that you should do something about? What is it that they said that you should pass on to somebody else? A big part of listening, it happens after a conversation, happens by actually thinking about it and deciding to act on it. So much of the value that you touched on might be lost if you don't act on it. The conversation is not just to feeling good. It could be for a lot more. It could be for you to come up with a new conclusion an hour or a day or a week later, and then pass that conclusion to that person and be really happy about it. I try to decentralize myself as much as possible when it comes to information. You don't want to be a silo of information. You want to be the sort of network, represent a network in a way. And then eventually you start having this crazy insights. You start having these ideas of how everybody can help each other. I think some people, like I said, when they're talking, they're actually talking to themselves. Why would you listen to somebody that is not talking to you? You're there to help them make a breakthrough. You owe them a contribution. They're giving you a gift, and you owe them a gift as well. Get good at asking questions. So if you can be good at asking questions, what that allows you is you get to point someone's attention towards something that they may not even know about themselves, but that is interesting to you. By taking notes, you can liberate your memory. If somebody sees that you're taking notes while you're talking with them, that's a great way to show them that you're engaged, that you're paying attention, that you're appreciating and valuing everything they're saying. Overall, as a principle, if you're going to meet somebody, if you're going to talk with somebody, the more time you spend listening instead of talking, the more you're learning. While the one that talks the most doesn't leave with that much more. If you're asking somebody a good follow-up question to a very good answer they gave you, that shows that you're actually paying attention. Most people want to help. Most people are willing to help, or willing to give you good information, good advice, whatever it is. But you have to give them respect first. There's a lot of answers that people will give you about why they do or don't do something that I think are noise. And if you can actually create an empathetic conversation where when you get them to open up a bit more, then you start seeing the real decision-making process, the real motivations, the real possibilities. A lot of the initial reactions by people are noise. You need an actual empathetic communication to get to the real signals.